What's up, movie fans? We are now a long while into 2020. Okay, not that long, but still we're in 2020. So before it gets really weird about doing this, since 2019 was 2 weeks ago, I guess I'm going to do a ranking of all of the movies that I saw in 2019. I just mean the movies that I watched that came out in 2019, because like if I was doing every single individual movie that I watched in 2019 regardless of when it came out, this video would be like an hour long or something. The thing is, I only ever saw 10 movies that came out in 2019. These are all the movies that I watched in 2019. So they are The Lego Movie 2, How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, Captain Marvel, Shazam, Avengers Endgame, Secret Life of Pets 2, Toy Story 4, Yesterday, Spider-Man Far From Home, last but not least, Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. I guess let's just get into the list, ranking all 10 movies that I saw in 2019. So number 10, Secret Life of Pets 2. I don't even actually like the first Secret Life of Pets that much. I just watched this movie because it came on Netflix, so I was like, yeah, why not? I don't have anything better to do. The thing is, Secret Life of Pets, the first one, wasn't even that good. And this one is not better than that one. That's saying a lot. Secret Life of Pets 2. The movie almost has no plot whatsoever. Like, it's basically just stuff happening. There's 3 different plot lines. None of them are interesting. You get 20 minutes into the movie, and I literally counted this. You get 20 minutes into the movie, still, none of those plot lines have even actually started. Definitely the worst movie that I saw in 2019. Now, let's move on to number 9, Captain Marvel. Now, Secret Life of Pets 2 is pretty much the only movie on this list that I would classify as bad, or I guess it's okay. The other 9 I actually think were good movies. So Captain Marvel, it definitely isn't amazing. It's definitely not even one of the best MCU movies, but it's still good in my opinion. It has some really fun scenes and a lot of really cool twists and turns. I know that a lot of people, for some reason, don't like the character of Captain Marvel, and I can see where they're coming from, but I still think that she's fine. I like this movie. I know that a lot of people don't, but I personally think that some of the hate that it gets is just way too much. Like, this is the only MCU movie to get a rotten audience Rotten Tomatoes score. Come on. It's not that bad. Number 8 is the movie Yesterday, which is pretty much the only not action, not animated movie that I saw this year, which it's saying a lot about that, considering the plot is about going into an alternate timeline where the Beatles don't exist. So I need to watch more normal movies. Yeah, this movie's fine. It's not the kind of movie that I normally review on here, but I still think that it has a good plot. Yeah, I don't really have a lot more to say, so let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is The Lego Movie 2, the second part. This one, I've talked about on my channel before. I talked about all the Lego movies in my ranking of the Lego movies that I made a long time ago, like all the way back in 2019. That was so long ago. Yeah, I think that this movie is probably like one of the funniest of the Lego movies. There's a lot of really funny parts in here. There's also just a lot of great themes, which is also another thing with these Lego movies. Like, they manage to be funny, but they also have a lot of like these really great themes. And I think that the pop culture references, just a lot of the stuff that were in here were really, really fun. I do have to admit the plot can get a bit like convoluted at some points, but I still think that it's a good movie. Now, number 6, this is where the movies get like really, really good. I think that all 6 of these movies that I'm about to talk about are just so. Number 6 is How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, the ending to the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, which on its own is just like a really, really good trilogy. Like, I like all 3 of these movies. This one is not the best, but it's not bad either. It's a really good movie. It has a lot of emotion. It's a great conclusion to this trilogy. Now, number 5 is Spider-Man: Far From Home, the second MCU Spider-Man movie, and what is, in my opinion, the best of the 2 MCU Spider-Man movies. It has a lot of great action, some funny scenes. Peter Parker gets a lot of development. I just think it's a really good movie, and I'm excited to see where they take the next Spider-Man movie, which is coming out in 2021. If you want to see all of the upcoming MCU movies, I made a video about that too. Okay, anyway, now let's move on. Number 4, because I don't really have a lot more to talk about. Spider-Man: Far From Home is good. Number 4 is Shazam! Exclamation point. That's a callback to another video. Shazam! Exclamation point is a really funny movie. I laughed a lot about it. It's really, really funny. But the other thing about this that I think is really, really cool is that it also develops Shazam in a way where I honestly think he's the best character in the DC extended universe so far. He gets a lot of development and just a lot of time, and this movie manages to get so emotional. I just think that this was a really, really good movie. So now, number 3. I know that a lot of people will disagree, because for some reason, a lot of people don't like this movie. I still don't get the hate. I said it in my review. I keep saying it. I don't get why people don't like Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. This movie is good. It's a really good movie. I think that I like where they took the story. I know that a lot of people didn't. It can feel a bit stuffed, but like a lot of the complaints that I keep hearing are just the dumbest little nitpicky things that you can just ignore. The movie is like really fun. It's just like a classic fun Star Wars adventure for the finale to the franchise, just like a movie celebrating that, I think is really, really good. I don't know about you. You can have your own opinion, but if you don't like this movie, you're wrong. No, I'm joking. Anyway, number 2 is Toy Story 4. The Toy Story franchise has my favorite movie of all time in it, which is actually Toy Story 3. So, yeah. I was nervous about this movie at first because Toy Story 3 was such a great finale to the franchise, and I was scared that Toy Story 4 was going to devalue that. But then it came out, and it didn't devalue it. It didn't top it, but it's really, really good. It managed to have just as much as an emotional conclusion. It developed Woody in a great way. It had a lot of really funny moments. It's definitely the funniest of the Toy Story movies, and I just think it was a really cool way to bring back and conclude the franchise for good, hopefully. Because if they make a Toy Story 5, I will actually go insane. Please, Pixar, please, I beg you, don't make a Toy Story 5. You're going to devalue 2 endings now. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Number 1 is Avengers Endgame. This movie is just such a great conclusion to the Infinity Saga of the MCU. What could I say that people haven't already said? They conclude Tony and Cap's arcs so well. They continue the other characters' arcs really well. They have so much great fan service. They have the best final battle in history just ever. It just has so many great elements. It's the best movie of the year by far. The MCU has just come so far, and it's so great to see it get to this point. I can't even describe how good this movie is. Yeah, I guess that's it. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see ya, movie fans.